So, the Nike Air Jordan conjures up a lot of pop cultural nostalgia. People on the basketball courts were suddenly pumping up their shoes. That, coupled with the logo, made everyone think they could jump real high. Spike Lee's next project after his first film was directing some famous commercials for the shoes. As products go, very few have had the kind of life breathed into them that Jordan brought to this. As Ben Affleck's new film Air says, a shoe is just a shoe until someone steps into it. He, plus a great cast that includes reteaming with Matt Damon, make the film a solid crowd pleaser. Film cast Nike in an underdog miracle story. In 1984, they weren't the multi-billion dollar company they are today, but actually trailing third behind Converse and Adidas. They were known as a running shoe, and marketing executive Sonny Vaccaro, played by Damon, was tasked with fixing that on a very minuscule budget. He, along with boss Rob Stresser, played by Jason Bateman, his colleague Howard White, played by Chris Tucker, and his shoe designer Peter Moore, played by Matthew Mayer, set out to make the ultimate presentation and get who Sonny believed would be the ultimate star in Jordan. Now, his greatness was adamantly against Nike, preferring Converse, so a lot of convincing was in store. We see Sonny haggling with Jordan agent David Falk, played by Chris Messina, driving all the way to Wilmington, North Carolina to visit Jordan's parents, particularly his mother Dolores, played by Viola Davis, who is very protective of her son and a big help in steering him in the right direction. And then there was Nike CEO Phil Knight, played by Affleck, who knew little of basketball and was against spending so much on just one guy. Affleck gives us an impressively large cast, and there's not a lot of time to learn a great deal about the characters they play, but each is given a strong personality that wins us over. Damon leads the way as the straight shooting, persistent Vaccaro. He knows basketball, he has a strong belief in his gut feelings, and he's easy to root for. And he has an audible speech during the big meeting with Jordan that comes off so heartfelt and sincere that you couldn't imagine anyone not feeling valued and emboldened by it. But then there's Davis, who has a wonderful speech of her own in the closing minutes that's as much about fighting for her son's future as believing in his value. We believe her as protective parent, but also as a savvy businesswoman. Affleck seems to have the role that could have fallen into caricature, as Knight was a Zen-like eccentric in ginger curls. But despite aspects of him that seem oddly funny, he's a good mix of reluctance and eventual belief in the path chosen by his people. Bateman is also very good as the antsy marketing head Strasser. Maher finds the wild genius in Peter Moore's designs, and Tucker, in a very welcome return, is hilarious as the office's seemingly only black guy. Finally, the one who steals scenes is Messina, playing the pompous sports agent going head-to-head with Damon in such profane, abrasive sparring over his client, and Vaccaro's insistence that the whole thing becomes uproariously funny. Affleck also takes some funny shots at Adidas, a company with ties to Nazis, in this David vs. Goliath story that resulted in an unprecedented contract. Funny and rootable as the film is, the details are also fascinating for basketball heads. Particularly enjoyable is the story of where the "Just Do It" slogan came from, as well as the NBA having a rule about shoe color, and all sorts of observations about Jordan and Charles Barkley, and even Martin Luther King, that have a profound irony now in hindsight. And the film is also awash in montages for mid-80s culture, from sports figures like Arthur Ashe and Bruce Jenner, to movies like Ghostbusters and the Sylvester Stallone Dolly Parton flop Rhinestone, and to pretty much on-the-nose musical selections like All I Need Is a Miracle. But of course, he saves the most reverence for the shoe unveiling, bathing it in light like it's the second coming. Air is pretty much a lightweight confection, but it portrays the internal struggles and just what a huge gamble this was, with insight, heart, and moments that are riveting, if not totally suspenseful, because we know the outcome. Affleck and his cast have made a compelling, instantly likable film out of a landmark moment in sports history, and probably the most interesting of all, it captures the legend of the shoe as a symbol of hard work, of dedication, and of fully knowing our value, from the people who created it to the people who wear it and to the magician who gave it wings. And that's why I'm going B plus, guys. But that is my opinion. I'd love to hear yours. Let me know down below there. Also, guys, if you could, please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I hope to see you back again. And I thank you for watching. Bye-bye.